On my birthday in November, I gave myself 2 challenges. I wanted to build my own personal brand by doing YouTube, and I also wanted to start my own business that would facilitate the lifestyle I've always wanted. I realized that I was gonna have to sacrifice a lot. I used to be someone who really enjoyed partying. I would love to hang out with my friends, and I knew that although I really enjoyed those things, those were things that were holding me back from achieving the goals that I've always wanted. It wasn't until I started watching more YouTube and I was watching people like Iman or Luke Belmar that I sort of envied their lifestyle. So on my birthday, I said to myself, all right, enough is enough. Let's put our head down. Let's eliminate all of the distractions and just focus on our goal. And with my goal, all I had to do is basically lock myself in the basement and just work as hard as I could. I basically had to say no to everyone. All right, my friends were hitting me up. They were asking me, Oliver, do you want to go out? Do you want to do these things? And although it wasn't something I wanted to do, it was hard to say, I just had to keep saying no and no, no to everyone. And at a certain point, these people, they just stop reaching out to you. All right, so I understand that when you start an online business or just you pursue any like intensive goal in life, it can be quite lonely. It can be very difficult, but at least for me, the rewards were worth it. All right, the potential outcome that this sacrifice could have on my life was 100 times better than immediate gratification. The reason why I wanted to start an online business versus your regular in-person business is I realized that if I do have something that I could literally just open my computer and work on, I would have location freedom. And I know it's not for everyone, but at least for me, having location freedom is something that's super important. It allows you to not be constricted by location, your friends as well. I mean, if you have friends, I know some of you probably have family or friends outside of the country where you live, and although you would love to spend time with them, love to visit them, the fact that you have work, you have responsibilities, that might restrict you from doing those things. I know from experience, I have my whole family that lives in Europe, and because of school, because of work, I could never visit them. All right, so I knew that by starting this online business, I would have the ability to visit whoever I wanted, keep working on my business, keep working on my goals. And that is why I believe that you guys should start your own online business if you're seeking that same sort of objective in life. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? All right, you try to start an online business, you try a couple of things, you watch YouTube videos, it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You don't have to invest crazy amounts of money to start an online business. I mean, I started my businesses with nothing. All you need is a little motivation, hard work and trades, and if you have those two things, you're already going to be ahead of 95% of people, because you'd be surprised at the amount of lazy people that there are in this world. Most people do not want to work. They're not willing to make the sacrifices. And just by simply saying to yourself, I will make the sacrifice and I will try to start an online business, you're already ahead of most people. Think about your friends or your people who are closest to you. Do you know anyone else who's striving for this type of lifestyle, who want to start an online business? I don't know about you, but for me, I was pretty much the only one. All right, none of my friends wanted this type of lifestyle, or at least wanted to work towards this type of lifestyle. And I realized that by wanting to pursue this goal, it would be a lonely path. All right, it's something that you guys have to be prepared for. There's no one that's going to hold your hand and do everything with you. You have to be able to motivate yourself. But as I mentioned, if you have those two traits, anything is possible. I don't want to sit here and kind of show off and tell you guys that look at how much money I'm making, look at where I'm living and everything. But I just want to kind of share my personal story. Right? For me, I started this business, it's going pretty well. And I had a friend who lived in Europe. Right? For people that don't know, I live in Quebec, in Canada. And he messaged me, asking me, hey Oliver, how's it going? We should do something. And he told me, he's like, look Oliver, like I don't know what you're doing, but if you're in a position to do it, you could basically visit me anytime you want. Next thing you know, I booked my flight, and 3 days later I was in Europe visiting my friend. He's actually a friend that I met through my online business. So as I was building it, he ended up joining my mentorship program. We became super close friends. Next thing you know, he's the head coach of my program. I built this amazing relationship with him. Someone who I could just talk about my business, my goals, and not come off as being almost arrogant. You know, when you talk to people and you say, I want to make 100 grand per month, some people will look at you and give you weird faces, right? I know by experience. But when you're surrounded by like-minded individuals, you'll say 100,000, they'll look at you and they'll say, what happened to $1 million per month? You're not gonna, that's not your goal. And you need people like that around your life to really push you and, reach those next level of success. But at the beginning, you won't have that, right? I wish I had it, but you will not have it, right? So you have to put your head down, you have to work, and you never know what can happen.